everyone. Today we're here with Youth Governor Simon Thompson, and he will be providing us with updates about what's been going on with Governor's Cabinet, along with the bills that he has passed and signed, and also returned back to delegates for editing and reopening. Hi, Simon. How are you since we last spoke?
I'm pretty good. A little bit stressed, but we're getting through the bills.
How many Celsius have you had today? Be so honest.
I've actually only had one, but I have my second one prepared.
All right. So what have you been doing since the morning?
Yeah, so we've been doing a little bit of the same thing that we've been doing yesterday. We're going back through those bills, we're getting them signed, or we're vetoing them, but we're working on amendments to make sure that we can get as many bills across the desk as we possibly can.
That sounds busy and like great work. But we spoke to you and your governor's cabinet yesterday. Mm-hmm. What has transpired within the office since then?
Yeah, so basically we've been expanding on our plan to learn from yesterday and lead tomorrow. So as I previously said in my agenda, we're sort of working on things where the previous generations haven't set us up for success, but we're going to set up the future generations for success. So we've been looking at bills that primarily focus on that and making sure that they can get across the desk.
That's really cool. In addition, were you able to learn from yesterday's conference at all? Like, were there any drastic changes you had to make to the bill approval process today?
Oh, absolutely. My governor's cabinet has been working really hard. We've had to sort of shift our processes in a few different ways over the course of the conference. So right now, how we're working is we have two different committees that are going through the bills, and we're trying to make sure that they can get passed. But if they can't get passed, then we're going over to a veto table, and we're talking about them as a whole group, and we're going through a very thorough process of should we really veto this bill? And if we're going to veto this bill, we need to give a thorough reason of why and how it can be amended.
Got it. Thank you so much. For newer delegates who aren't really familiar with YMCA's procedure, what exactly does it mean for a bill to be vetoed?
Yeah, so a bill is vetoed once we get your bills on my desk, and that means all of our governor's cabinet sees that we have a new bill on our desk, and so we all immediately read through that bill. After we read through that bill, we go through a series of thought processes that include, is this well funded? Is this feasible? Is this an issue that is pressing to Michigan people? And it doesn't always have to be pressing. It can be an issue that you're just passionate about. But after that, we then discuss it, and then if we decide to veto something, it's either because we think that there's a problem with it inside of the bill, or we just don't agree that it has a moral impact that is good for Michigan. So the veto process, after we do veto a bill, which we do put a lot of thought into, assure me, we've spent a lot of our time thinking about if we should veto bills. But after we do veto those bills, they're sent back to the Senate or the House, where they have another chance to either be overridden or the amendments can be added, and then it can come back to my desk to be signed.
Got it. So what is currently happening as we speak in your governor's cabinet?
Yeah, so as you notice, my governor's cabinet is not here with me. So what they are doing right now is we have a long list of bills on my desk right now, and they are discussing those bills and deciding should those bills be passed or should they be vetoed. And if they do decide to be vetoed, they do have to make sure that they have a pretty good paragraph based on why they do want to veto those bills. Once they make those decisions, they call me over, and I basically will read through the bill. They debrief me on their thought processes behind it. I tell them my thought processes, and then we decide, is this bill actually feasible enough to be signed, or should we really veto this bill, or is it ready to be signed?
Got it. So what happens after a bill is signed by yourself?
Yeah, so whenever I say signed, how I'm actually marking it in Airtable is that these bills are not necessarily signed, but they are approved. So once these bills are approved, that means they are sent on. They have been passed through all of the Michigan Youth and Government Legislative Conference, and that means tomorrow they will be ready to be signed physically by me.
Got it. That sounds really cool. And the bill signing ceremony is a pretty big thing here at MYIG. It's a part of our closing conference.
Yeah.
And the closing conference is full of like multimedia. Press gets to show our photography and video montages that we created. And other fun things. But we also have the governor's, what's it called? What do we have tonight?
Governor's Banquet.
The governor's banquet, correct.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. We also have the governor's banquet tonight. Could you specify what exactly is going to happen and what you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, so at the governor's banquet, it's more about the future of this program, not about me. Because at the governor's banquet, this is where we're sort of transitioning, and we're about to get the speeches from the future governor candidates. the lieutenant governor candidates and the speaker of the House candidates. So there you guys are going to be able to make sort of some decisions. Who do you guys want to be leading you in the conference next year? Or if you're like me and you're not going to be here next year, or hopefully you will be just on the other side of things as an alumni. So if you're like me, in that case, you are deciding what hands do you think are going to be best for this program to continue to thrive in the way that it has been.
Got it. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Simon.
Of course.
Does Governor's Cabinet and yourself have anything to say to our YIGsters?
I don't think we have anything to say other than we're really proud of the progress you guys have made, and we're really excited to see what progress is made over the next day.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.